that would be our...
Why do you get an hour and a half of instruction?
Because kids aren't waiting in line at we call them like the gang bathrooms, where 10 kids go to the bathroom all at once. A bunch of stuff.
So they can kind of just get up and go. It's right there.
Yeah.
And I think knowing it's right there kind of takes some of the pressure off. I know it does for me.
It alleviates all kinds of behavior.
I went out to a fine restaurant with friends, and they picked the restaurant because I don't pick fine restaurants. And they got me to break down and go to this nice place where they charge you way too much for tiny portions. And got there, and they seated us, and they said, before you order, just so you know, our bathroom isn't working today.
No.
I was like, no. I'm sorry. And he said, if there's a problem, the owner lives right across the street.
No way.
And you can use his bathroom.
No.
And so I got up from the table, went and knocked on his door. It said, hey, I'm over at your restaurant over there. Food looks good. I said, I'm on the fence about this. I'd like to do a dry run before I eat the meal because this is rich food. So is the bathroom deal open? He said, yeah, you can use the bathroom. So I want to use his bathroom, and I use the restaurant. But
okay,
I could.
That's a first.
Yeah, it was a first. But, I understand where the kids are coming from. There's some comfort in knowing it's there. It's like a fire extinguisher or something.
Well, plus, like at 4 and 5, you're learning to regulate yourself. And so, kids all of a sudden they have to go. And having it right in the classroom, just the whole day goes better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you be doing if you weren't doing this? What'd you do before this? Was there a before this?
Yeah. I worked with adolescents. In a couple of different programs.
Yeah. So you went down.
I went down, yeah.
Adolescents are difficult.
I love adolescents. Yeah.
Do you think they're the same as they were when you worked with them years ago?
Well, I worked in a juvenile program, so yeah, I think they're probably the same.
I think they have. I've been really hard on them, and I reevaluated it and thought, to what degree do we as an older generation take ownership of the problems? And part of the problem is everybody always says, I want my kids to have it better than me. And better just became a bigger TV set and safer and no natural predators and not knowing how to change a flat tire or whatever. And I'm not saying that we need to be spreading butter on the kids again, but I think that it just got a little out of control. And what happened was we took the hustle out of them, I think, to a degree. There's no wanting for, and there's no hunger, there's no patience. The patience is gone.
So I think that there's been a lot of study around like grit, like what you're describing as grit, and kids needing to have grit, and for us to build grit into some of our experiences with kids.
And I had a guy on here talking about bullying. I don't know if you heard that one, but he was anti-bullying, so I took the pro-bullying point of view, and. Because I think that it helps you learn to deal. You're going to deal with idiots in your life, and you need to know they shouldn't wreck your life. But, and I told him, I said, what he wasn't communicating the message about bullying right, in my opinion, to people over a certain age, because I thought of bullying as this tactile face-to-face thing. Like I remember in school where you would think, I'm off for the summer, I want to deal with this guy all summer. But now that it's digital, it doesn't end.
Yeah.
It doesn't end, and it just goes out there. So they're under a great deal of pressure that we weren't under.
Right.
To just be crowd rated right away. I think about just the nightmare of if when I was younger, or if when you were younger, if they had the ability to document all the stupidity and post it, and it's out there forever. Oh my God.
Yeah, we'd all be in trouble.
Yeah, there'd be nobody to lecture anybody on anything.
Yeah.
So there's so much pressure, but I think adolescents are a little different. I mean, I find the ones that really want to. I find myself impressed by silly things, and it's almost like I'm being condescending. But I'm not trying to be condescending, but I've turned into a version of my parents, where it's like I dealt with somebody and he had a flat tire and he changed his tire. I said, I didn't say it like this, but it practically was, you can change your tire? Oh, I was so impressed. I kept going back to the tire thing. You changed your own tire. Good for you. Good for you. Did you Google it while you were there?
Did you bring it up on the YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, don't laugh about getting YouTube instructions, please.
Oh,
I've taught myself plumbing from YouTube.
There are some really great YouTube videos.
Yeah, seriously.
There really are, but there really needs to be a whole thing that goes into YouTube-induced disasters from people that think that they can do their own brisk or whatever because they watch something on YouTube.
Okay, I'm one of them.
I think you have to start out with a foundation of knowledge and then say, I want to expand upon it and see.
I'm not sure. See, I would say, first of all, I don't watch just one. Like when I'm doing new plumbing, I watch like 5, and then I take a little bit from each one.
Yeah,
and then you practice.
But I think a lot of people will look at one video and go, I can do this.
Oh, I do that too.
and just hit it and just mess it up, because I remember when I was doing a lot of computer repairs, it was at the beginning. It was early on in YouTube and videos on it. There were so many YouTubed computers, I call them, that somebody would start fixing and run out of brain juice and just have a broken computer. But it's the kids that you're working with now. So they say that the person that will live to be 200 years old is alive now. Do you believe that?
I do not. Do you?
I don't know. I hope it's not me.
Me either.
That
doesn't.
No, I don't want to.
That doesn't sound so attractive to me.
Yeah, I don't sound pleasant.
Yeah, 200 does not sound good. I mean, I just can't imagine having. It would be 4 times the grumpiness and experience and anger that I have now. I don't even see how you would contain that. You'd have to hook wires up to it.
But here's my observation, though. Some people who, like, I have a friend who's 99, are a mutual acquaintance, and I believe she got to be 99 because she's full of positivity. And so I think you don't really get to 99 if you're grumpy.
I don't know if they're talking about medically, and I don't know if they're talking about floating head in a jar.
Oh, they're like changing all the parts out, like
and just keeping you around. And I think that if you can get to be that age because you're made of sterner stuff, as they used to say, and you've got a positive attitude.
Positive, yeah.
And because I think that you need a little bit of both. But I can't imagine that 200-year-old person possibly going through one of your classes or whatever.
That doesn't sound good.
What do you talk about if you live to be that age? What do you care about?
Are they eating macaroni and cheese?
That's
what.
Oh, not this again.
She did it. I didn't do it. She did it.
Oh.
I don't think the 200s are eating macaroni and cheese.
I think
they're slurping it through a straw.
A straw, I think
or
it's
an
tube.
IV.
A tube. But
this mac and cheese tastes good in my blood.
You talked about mutual friend, when I was growing up, and if he were around, Michael Lalande Sr. I would have had on the show.
Oh, I believe that.
Because he was such a good person.
Yeah.
He was a good person. And I had this whole... I've never told this story to anybody. I had this whole gift of magi thing with him, Henry.
Uh-huh.
Google it. And so he bought... I was buying things at Moran's on Germantown Avenue, and I didn't have enough money to get him something for Christmas. So I returned a compass I bought.
Oh.
And I got him something. I don't remember what it is. And I got it for him, and I gave it to him as a Christmas gift.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I came back, he gave me a gift, and it was the compass.
Are you kidding me?
That I returned. He went over to sell what I returned to give back. And that's just stuck with me.
That sounds like Big Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just such a nice place. He used to run Miss Alex's restaurant,
Right.
and it was just such a nice place. It was a safe place for kids to go after school, and I got involved, and he just not that long ago passed away.
That's right.
And his son, who I did my first business endeavor with,
Wow.
we sold comic books together.
Wow.
But we couldn't get along because he liked DC, I liked Marvel. We just couldn't get along, and he had horrible taste in comics. God rest his soul. And it was the first business endeavor, so we literally were selling, and we split it, and he would sell his, and we really weren't.
Were you
selling.
competing?
What?
Were you competing?
No, we were fighting about comics more than selling them, but we enjoyed the debate. It was a constant debate.
Why?
Well, it's because DC just really doesn't give their heroes real names. They just throw the word man, woman, girl, or boy on the end of something.
Yeah?
Like you'd be Macaroni Boy. You know, that would be your name.
Macaroni Man.
Wow, weird way to make a stand there on the macaroni. Okay, Macaroni Man. That's it, everybody.
What difference does it
Everybody, Russ, who wishes to be addressed in public,
No.
henceforth as Macaroni Man,
No.
Lord of the Manor,
Shut
and
up.
Cock of
Don't
the
listen
Walk.
to Mark.
Only when he's in the comics, please.
Yeah,
I'm not even into comics.
but it was, and that love of comics stayed with both of us forever, and he went off and got in the theater,
Yes, he did.
and was loved.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed out of theater and am tolerated. Everybody loved him just like his father,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it was so sad to hear that, and the testament to his life was the way his friends handled his death.
That's true. Very true.
It was just, I'm really not for all that Facebook emoting and all that stuff, but they did it well.
Yeah.
They did it really well.
Well, and they came out and celebrated in like style fit for Michael.
Yeah, and I can't go to those things because I feel odd there, but they did it right. They really did it right, and I just think it sucks that the best part of your life you can't be at, you know.
Yeah.
And I hope he got to see that. And you know, he was much too young, and I just I really didn't. It's like many people, you don't appreciate them till they're gone, and you think they're going to be around a little longer so you can say something tomorrow.
Right.
And I had two old friends that both are younger than me or my age that passed away. One is, the anniversary's coming up in a couple of days, and you know, and you think you'll have another chance to say something to them, and it gets odd when the people that are passing away are younger than you or your age. That starts to get odd, and I remember I had just talked to him, and I hadn't talked to him in the longest time because, again, Facebook gives you the illusion that you're keeping in touch. Mm-hmm. And we talked on the phone, and we had a good conversation, everything. And I'm glad that I had that random thing to talk to him after not talking to him for years before it happened. Mm-hmm. And I wish I had gotten together with him. And you know, and I tell people, you know, go turn off the TV, turn off the internet, go out, have a meal with somebody, hang out with somebody, because you never know how long. And it's just funny that you knew him, and it was just weird. Mm. And that was one of the good things about Facebook, that it kind of connected us through that. But yeah, that whole family, everybody in that family is good people.
They are good people.
And I mean, just great to have around. I can't imagine a better role model in the community than his father when I was growing up. There was a lot of things